It is the Christmas season. People are allowed to be a little, what's the word I'm looking for? A little put out. This is not cold, though. I kind of want something cold. I was actually craving cake. How's that? Uh, yeah, I was craving cake. Couldn't figure it out. Hey, is it cold? Oh my gosh. With my What's the temperature in Massachusetts?
In Boston, Massachusetts, it's 42 degrees.
Oh, that's not so bad. That's above snow. Huh. Excuse me. That's above like the temperature for snow to fall in. We in the Northeast know when it gets cold. What's the temperature outside?
It's 45 degrees outside.
We're 3 degrees warmer, and we're in the South. I think you guys are good. I'm fully expecting like snow. Wow, my eyes are just. I was fully expecting snow. Ugh. So yeah, I got my car back. There's no dents in it other than the door jams that people hit you in the opening. I was like, okay, it runs like a dream, right? The warranty, repaired all that stuff. It looks like a brand new car. It's great, great. Um, so I'm knocking on wood here because it all worked out just like everybody said it would. It all worked out. Um, that's it. I don't really have much. What is going on? Do we want to look up some news? Oh my goodness, my eyes! I've got so much light on, and I can probably cut this one off. Or at least not point it in my freaking eyes. Maybe how about that? Can we kick it off the ceiling? Ugh, I'm not a young man. Well, okay, well that's better. Yeah, I guess that's better. Got a lot of light burning. Um, yeah, it is. Oh, a day. Whew. It's amazing. I used to get up the same time, like 4 and 5 in the morning, and then run all day, and then we begin to get tired at around midnight. And now it's just wow. It's only 7:20. Okay, we're a little early for the pod, but that's fine. We may move it back to early. Somewhere between 7 and 7:30. You can expect me. Any later than 7:30, I'm super late. Uh, so yeah, so I picked up a guitar book, not a guitar book, a piano book. It's actually the wrong piano book. That's all right. Uh, I'll make do. Um, and I've sort of been neglecting the guitar because I sort of had to get this room sort of situated. Then I got, maybe I'm making excuses. Anyway, the end of the year is looming, and we sort of have a plan for next season. Actually, we didn't even decide if the seasons were going to be the first of the year, which would put us at January, March, June, August, then October, November, December, right? I like that night. That's so like the good guys and the bad guys were out at night. Most people are home doing whatever. So you didn't run across any innocent parties at 2 in the morning. You know, that's not true. Every now and then people were coming home from an event and they would get caught up with a mugging. But generally in a bad neighborhood, nobody's out at freaking 2 in the morning, but neighborhood knuckleheads. And yeah, during the during the crack epidemic, right? So most people want to be indoors anyway. Ooh, I missed some text messages. Oh, that is killing me. What is this now? Ah. Oh boy. All right, I'm gonna have to change my name. That's unsettling. So okay, a lot of people have my name, True Armor, right? Armor is my last name. True is my nickname. I think I'm gonna have to change that, and it's just in time. It's easy to change every place else, and yeah, I used to be something completely different. Maybe I'll go back to that because it has to be unique and unto itself. And the year is coming, so a rebranding is due. Um, I'm rebranding myself anyway with this music shit, right? So yeah, we're gonna change our name. Cause there's a True Armor on YouTube, right? And they make armor, and they spell it the same way without the e. Okay, I guess I could put an e on it. No, I'm not gonna do that. Everybody knows I'm true. Uh, Loyal, true and loyal. That was supposed to be what that meant, right? Integrity, honesty. That's why my nickname when I game is Karma, right? What I do to you in the video game world will come back to me. So I don't. What was those things people doing those squats on people's characters? I don't do that. I don't disrespect people. I don't lose my shit. If I rage quit, I'll leave the game. I'm not trying to argue with anybody that I don't know. Right. Uh, I don't know, man. It is what it is. Man, whew. I gotta tell you, in the last 5 years, I have lost all my hair, which is fine. My dad began to go bald somewhere around, I want to say 35, and he had a little patch right here go, and that's it. He's like 80 now. And then somewhere around 70, it began to grow a little more, then a little more, then a little more. I was like, Jesus Christmas. Uh, but it is what it is, right? They they anticipate most men will be bald because it's a it's not a recessive gene, but it's a gene that uh, is on your mother's side. Michael Jackson was bald. Michael. Oh, you mean Michael Jordan? Mike MJ. I'm like, there are too many MJs in the world. How you doing, Emmanuel? Yeah, no, there's nothing wrong with it. It's just it's like going gray. It's a mark of well, it's not even. There are some people I've known when I was in college, in our 20s who have started to go bald. Um, but I can't say it's a mark of anything, quite frankly. Now it's just a thing, though. Nobody be a silver fox just on the sides, though. I'm gonna grow. I'm gonna grow like the giant afro to the sides. Look like Bozo the Clown. Grow really long like goatee. And chart my own course with my own look. How's that? If Vin Diesel was bald, you keep saying was like he's not anymore. Yeah, we're all bald. Um, but here's the thing. You know what's funny? I remember when I was like 17 or 18, and I used to always have. I still wear ball caps to this day. And someone told me, if you wear a ball cap, you're gonna go bald when you get older. And I thought about that, and I went, yeah, I'm good with that. uh, yeah, I like baseball caps. Um, Robert DeGrazia was a Boston police commissioner. He wore a pig pride integrity. Wait, what is that? He wore a pig pride integrity guts. Yeah, yeah. G- George Jefferson. Oh my gosh. That afro and those bell bottom pants. I do remember the 70s. I remember my mom buying me and my brother Sunday clothes, and those pants were bell bottomed because it was a fashion. and they also had vests that are now out of fashion. If I bought myself a suit today, it would just be run of the mill business blue suit. You know what I mean? Uh, George Jefferson. Yeah, yeah, exactly, right. So if you look at Sunday morning, um, the NFL games, now you got like other people other than like I'm trying to say like who was it? He was wearing like a burgundy suit last week. I think he used to be the quarterback for what was he? He it was one of the NFL morning like shows before the. But I was like, normally the dude in the bright green freaking three-piece suit is like either a pimp or like an ex professional ball player of some sort, baseball, basketball, football. But here's this ex. Well, I think he was a player, ex player, in like a burgundy suit. I want to say the tie was like the shirt was yellow, but I think it's reminding me too much of Dumb and Dumber. I don't think it was yellow, but it was a burgundy suit, and it didn't have like giant lapels or anything. It wasn't wearing plat, but it was a burgundy suit. Now what you're getting is generally guys will wear a suit, blue jeans to match the same color of the suit jacket, or the suit pants tapered with black sneakers, right? So people like very classy, no tie black sneakers. It's very what are we calling this? Hip hop official, right? Um, what did Terry Bradshaw? Hey, I'm a huge fan of Jackson Five. Nah, Terry Bradshaw didn't wear one. I'm gonna have to find this image. Now you got me looking for. I'm gonna find it. Let's put this over here. I'm having all sorts of computer problems this week. Um, let's try NFL today on TV. Oh, not video. We want pictures, images. All right. Maybe we want hosts. Oh yeah, cast. Nah, not these guys. These guys look fine. Okay, so who's the guys on Fox then? NFL Today is on CBS. What is the Fox football and Fox NFL cast? Fox NFL cast. There's more than one way to. There was another guy. Who was it? Was he? He could have been a correspondent. Good lord. I'm sorry because this is bothering me because I know I saw it, and these are the only two NFL shows that I'll watch. Now I'm slowly scrolling through, hoping that like there'll be a happenstance of like this suit. But it was last week. Oh well. Oh well. Sorry about that. What do we got? Tony. It might have been Tony Gonzalez. Just uh, Howie Long, Josie. Howie Long. Howie Long is actually he he's done it before, but normally he's well dressed. Uh, it might be it might have been the CBS cast, and it might have been it definitely wasn't Phil Sims. It might have been Esiason, Boomer Esiason. Strahan is always put together like neat too, and I know Strahan. Who is this? I want. I'm not getting my. As I say, I'm not getting my signals crossed. Uh, I had to even interrupt myself because I'm obviously like wrong about it. And mind you, I mean, there's been famous uh, play-by-play guys who wore ridiculous outfits. I remember one was for the college basketball, I want to say, and the Canadians had a version of that too. He was for their hockey team, um, with wild clothing and like these ridiculous suits that were in and of themselves like he was famous for the suits, right? Uh, yeah, that light is out. All right. I'm thirsty for alcohol. What a day, man! I think if I have like I poured something yesterday after I got off, and it just sat here till like 6 in the morning. So for the past week, I've been going to this place getting a bagel at like 10 in the morning, putting it in my car console, and then coming home, and then having it essentially at like 4. And the bagel is great. It's a cheddar cheese and jalapeno bagel with an egg and not roast beef, not ground beef, brisket with brisket. Uh, yeah, it's just great. It's hot and good, and yeah, yeah. I should have it super hot one day, but I'm weird. I don't like to eat in my car, right? I don't like to talk on the phone in my car. I just like to drive. Uh, Now I got the car back. Handles like a dream. And the thing about driving some other car for a while, I was like looking for things that weren't there, and I was like, all right, mine is on the. Yeah, jalapenos. Um, in this age of coronavirus, they say eating spicy things help you, at least help your digestion, raise your temperature a little bit. So jalapenos are one of those things. Hot sauce really isn't hot unless you actually use the super. Y'all know what I'm talking about? Hot sauce. I like um, what is that? Frank's Red Hot. I put that shit on everything, right? And there's also that Little Devil, right? I use that. Those are, but I also have hot sauce here that 2 drops is all you need. And I should be using more of those, as well as more garlic, fresh garlic and stuff you eat, um, fresh onions, fresh vegetables. Uh, you can have frozen vegetables, but the idea of like eating fresh vegetables, fresh vegetables, excuse me, um, yeah, because man, this there's another bug. So I mean, we got to make sure that we survive it. We're the righteous ones. The good ones like us always get it, and then the people who will survive will have like be the worst of like all mankind. Um. So yeah. Like I said, I got sick a couple of days ago. Um. And came out of it. My mom called me and she was like, "Did you get your booster?" I was like, "I just got over being sick. I didn't want to take the booster and be sick, Ma." She was like, "Yeah, okay, that makes sense. But go get the booster before the weekend's out." So my mother has told me to go get a booster shot. Uh, I am a man who listens to his mother though. Uh, but she is absolutely adamant. Um, it's not gonna be this week. I don't know when I'll get it. I'll get it, I guess, eventually. I'm trying to stay away from people, quite frankly. But I don't think that's going to be possible, right? We all are social animals, and we have to hang out. Well, will meet family members, and maybe the family member hung out with somebody who, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. I don't know. We don't talk about the virus around here, but it is. It is what it is. Quite frankly. Um. Yeah. It is what it is. I'm just sitting here thinking. I've got all these tables in this apartment. What I need to do is swing this around here. This TV here. I've got to get a longer cord. I got to actually set this out of my whole day. The things I do to busy myself when I should just be playing guitar is ridiculous. We also said we're going to shoot some stuff next year. So we have things to do to make sure that we're not bored and boring. Um, I really do want to drink. All right, I'm gonna go make me a whiskey. Can you guys give me 2 minutes? I wonder if I even have. Remember, hydrate before you dehydrate. When I was drinking whiskey neat in bars, as we used to call it, I would always have a pint. Back then, Brooklyn Lager was a neighborhood brewery before they went all international. I'd have a pint of Brooklyn Lager out the tap. I have a shot of whiskey, and then I would drink a water, like a pint of water. It did two things for me. It stopped me from having like bar bills that were $70, right? Because I essentially every third drink was water. Um, and I was good for. I know my limit. I'm not a big dude, right? I know dudes who were like 6 freaking 7 could drink. I was good for 3 pints, and I was nice. I could crush any conversation. 4 pints, I dust you off on the dartboard and pool. But somewhere around 4.5 pints to 5 pints, it just got messy. Um, just loud and talk. But you always, you know your limit, you know your zone, you know how to pace yourself, and that's what you learn drinking. I remember drinking as a young man, where it was just kind of like drinking till you passed out. Then you had a giant hangover. I did that thing shit like twice. And I was like, that's never happening again. Uh, but yeah, you have to learn these things. And then I was a bar drinker, right? And you don't want to be such a shitty drinker that you get banned from the place or thrown out or robbed because you're always drunk. Uh, and plus, I saw examples of things that I didn't want to be. The last place I hung out in, there was a guy who kind of like he had something wrong with his spine, right? So he would kind of like this, and then he would get blotto drunk and walk home. And then he fell, and he had a brace and da da da, and it was really bad. And nobody saw him for like a year and a half, 2 years. And then he started coming back, having a pint, having a pint, having a pint, having 2 pints. And then he was back there raging drunk. And then he fell again, I heard, and that was the last I saw of him. There was also a woman who was a mad drunk. Her skin was lobster red. She was always just get like 8 in the morning. She'd be drinking. Um, One of those women who had advanced degrees and kept drinking, and that she must have been got. This was a while ago. She must have been like 55, 60. This was 15 years ago. Um, and she fell asleep. She had a little dog. She fell asleep in her apartment, and they said she survived. The dog died. But like I was like, ooh, she survived. And then I looked. She was on the second floor. I looked at the apartment. I was like, she survived that. And I think what happened was she fell asleep drinking, uh, caught fire, burnt herself badly, woke up in the hospital, right, in the ICU, and that was the last anybody saw of her. This is, I was famous in my own neighborhood for having a dog. And one day, I'm pretty sure people are like, what happened to that dude with that dog? Oh, don't you know them? That's where it goes. But it doesn't have to be a tragedy. You can just change a lot if you choose to. What do you think about the new mayor in New York smoking marijuana? What new mayor? Oh, yeah, it's legal. So what? Right? Yeah. So what? I am pro tobacco. Tobacco. I'm pro weed over tobacco. Um, yeah, and it calms you down. It satiates you. I got no problem with it. I think that weed is better than a lot of these. What's the word I'm looking for? A lot of these pharmaceutical chemical concoctions that they give you, so you can be calm, right? I can make you some weed, but you spray that shit on a bagel, you'll be calm for 12 hours. Right? If you just want a little bit, take a little bit, spread it on a cracker, break the crack in half, share it with your roommate or whatever, and then you'll both be good for 2 hours, right? It's knowing your dosage. I love, well, I used to love rolling joints. There's ritual in it, like Bob Marley roll joints, right? Like I'm looking. Uh, Also, when I used to smoke, I used to roll drum cigarettes, tobacco, put it in a pouch, roll it out there like cowboys. I guess I always had like a cowboy thing too. Um, but now I'm just kind of like, ooh, I have been abusing my lungs for a very long time. Maybe I should not smoke, right? Um, so I don't do joints anymore. I do still have a bong and a small. I'll take a hit and leave it at that versus rolling a joint and. But don't get it wrong. If I'm at a party, I will roll a joint and hang with the homies, you know. But at this point, look, listen. I hate to say it, I have seen enough dudes my age try and hang out with people who are 25. It never ends well. It never ends well. Uh, yeah, I'll hang out with you. I'll have a sit with you. Then I'm gonna wish you guys well on the rest of your night, cause that's the elder this cat is. Tell me the hard drama tomorrow. But for now, you guys go hang out with you know people your own ages. Oh my gosh. So yeah. So let's look at this. Bought the wrong guitar book. All right. So it's pretty good. I got a lot of musical shit in here. I'm gonna be busy next year. Um, a lot of this I know, but the one that I thought this was had lessons in it, and I was like, ooh, I could straight absolutely fucking crush some lessons. I like how big the print is. Like I'm stupid. Harmonic intervals. Sorry. See, I like how wide this scale is. See how wide that is? Versus the freaking. This is guitar tablature. And this is guitar tab on the bottom, but uh, treble clef on top. Look how small that treble clef is. Versus, ugh, the Lord. You know what I mean? Who can write in this? I bought this. I was so mad. Who could write in that? So I was like, oh, I got enough of this tech shit, right? Why don't I just make my own treble clef? Which is, I'm gonna do that this weekend with that iPad over there. That 48. Yeah, this is weird. 68. It's got these little things here, like you can Scarborough Fair, like you can play. See that? Like you can play an instrument, but it didn't come with a DVD or anything. Now I'm beginning to wonder what that's about. Name that key. Oh, I do like this though. Some of these. Not all of them. I guess you learn out of that. That makes sense though. Yeah. Um. Play the following warm up. Say the name and notes. This is two. Here's another one. Why? Why is this in here? Oh, star. This symbol indicates the track number of the selection on the CD. See the General MIDI disc sleeve for the GM track number. This does not. This is the. This did not come with a CD. Well, now I'm just mad. Yeah, it didn't come with a CD. Heard De Blasio police details had to get away because of Marymount's proposal. Good lord! All right, who's smoking weed in the in? Wait, the what mayor? The new mayor? The old mayor? The new mayor doesn't get sworn in until January. Eric Adams. So the old mayor is smoking weed at Gracie Mansion, which again, the cops can't be exposed to it, right? Well, it's not like they'd be breaking the law if they did smoke it. You got to update that thingy. Um, but this is what outside is for. Some people just are arrogant. It's De Blasio and the wife. Yeah, that makes about it much. These, yeah, yeah. All right. De Blasio and his wife are smoking weed up in the cribbo. I like it. This is problematic. Um, no CD. All right. All right. Anyway, uh, what time is it? It's 7:50. All right. So, what have we learned here? With my phone? Well, what we learned here that was I was supposed to go get a whiskey and I didn't get it. Um, we also learned that I'm going to have to change my name from True Armor because there's too many of them. But I will keep in connection with my name, so I just get a new nickname by the new year. We're rebranding, people. Um, what does happen when the cop turns up? Because you can be fired for, but it's not illegal anymore. And you can say, oh, I was working with the mayor. He was hotboxing the office. And then I'll be like, I can't even fucking argue that. That's got to be a 1 in 1,000 kind of like thing where they're just kind of like, okay, we're just gonna give you the benefit of the doubt on it. Don't pop again if you change your detail. Uh, and again, it's not against the law anymore. That'd be a good case study. I am a cop, and they change a law that says weed is legal, and then I smoke weed at a party, and I lose my job. I could easily sue and get it back, or push the issue. But here's the thing: you can't get caught with anything illegal in your system because you're breaking the law as a policeman, right? But this is not illegal. This is weed, right? It's not cocaine or MDMA or any of the other shit. It's weed. Just like they'll save you if you have an alcohol problem. It's still the same thing, abusing a substance, but the substance is legal. So we'll see. Andrew Cuomo has to give book profits back. Why? They're his profits. This is what happens when you fall from grace. All your enemies come after you. Uh, I don't even know what to say about the Cuomos. I don't like to revel in people's demise, but I was on board with thinking that they were the worst 20 years ago. And I had a problem with like them talking to each other. A defining tragedy. U.S. death toll tops 800,000 as winter surge intensifies. Look at all the bullshit congressman sitting up there holding a freaking candlelight vigil. Shut up, you all suck. Here's the thing. That number, while a lot, is not a lot. It's not a lot. Um, we're not bubonic plague territory, right? Where half the population is wiped out. We're a pretty big freaking population. Um, and 800,000 is not even a million. 800,000 is not even a million. What? Shut up, Sean. You're an idiot. 800,000 is not 800,000 is not even a million. 800,000 is not while it's mind you, I lost 13 members of my family, right? So I'm saying this having said that. Lost two cousins. I mentioned on this pod. You know, my uncle. So I mentioned at least five people in my family who died from this. VAWR Tech. Um, okay. Uh, so that number is just not a lot. It isn't a lot, but you can still. What's the word I'm looking for? You can still. Yeah, you can still. I don't even know what's going on with this anymore. You can still. I was trying to handle something. Hey, what's going on, man? Good to see you. I hope your Tuesday is progressing along nicely. Um, we were talking about this 800,000 number, and while 800,000 is a lot, it's not a lot. We have a giant population, is essentially what I'm saying. Um, Something tells me more people are killed by guns than that. How many gun deaths last year? 2020 CDC data shows record number of gun deaths makes clear that the need for immediate action. 45,000 people were killed by guns in 2020. Okay, so that while that's not 800,000, 45,000 people uh, is a ton of people every year. 20 years of that, right? Yeah, I don't know. They need to fix it, but nobody's going to fix anything. Because the problem is lucrative. So you keep the problem around, so you keep raising money on it and saying we can solve it. We can solve it if you just sent me to Congress. We can, I was watching this thing earlier, and they were talking about how all these people made all this money, all these Congress people, congressmen and senators, made all this money trading on the pandemic, right? Buying personal protective like stock and making money with when the stock market went up because they knew about it and all this other stuff. You're just sitting here going, they're not doing. And meanwhile, they're going to restart college student loans, right? So pay them back, right? My whole thing. Well, first I was uh, against writing off these loans because that doesn't affect everybody. I'm glad you got to go to college, but now pay for it. If he's going to write off your loan, he needs to give me the same amount of money so I can go to college, right? That's fair. That's parity and fairness for everybody. Um, Not going to do that. But he's going to throw you a bone by for giving you $10,000 worth of student loans, which not really going to help a lot of people. Um, yeah, I don't know. This whole society is just this society needs to be fixed. How do you fix it? That, my dear friend, is a really good question. I think how you fix it is likely. Oh, here you go. I'm checking my Twitch. Uh, I think how you fix it is likely banning people from government service who get caught doing it, right? Uh, Yeah, okay, this is good. Oh, what is this? Oh my goodness. All right. All right. Well, that's that. We'll close this. All right. I said we'll close this. Thank you. Jesus Christmas. I was having all sorts of problems with my my internet. Not my internet, my like these apps. And now I'm just kind of like I'm not even gonna worry about it. I'm gonna do something else. Remember when we started streaming back in the day, um, and the Haps app would go down, and I would how furious I was, and then on stream I'd resolve not to be bothered by it, and shit happens, and I was gonna be in control of it and not have it be in control of me. Since we started doing that, everything has worked out well. But occasionally, like the apocalypse, it goes sour on us. Um, I missed the game yesterday. I was watching some of it, and then I fell asleep on the game. Also, fell asleep on the Green Bay game. Heard that was a nail biter. So yeah, I don't know. I think I need to run out and get some cake. Now, let me rephrase that. Nobody needs to run out. I need to run out and get some cake. Nobody needs. But I think that's what's going to happen because I need something sweet in the house, and I don't have anything sweet in the house. Sound of Silence by Simon and Garfunkel. So I was like, I did the same thing I did when I started practicing, uh, practicing, trying to learn. That doesn't make any sense. When I started trying to learn music and practicing guitar, right? Totally two different things. Um, because the whole point of music is to know it and be able to play. If you know the fretboard of whatever instrument you have, piano or flute or whatever, you can pick up music and read it, and that'd be cool, right? I had a guitar in the house, um, so before I looked up, I was like, okay, how long does it take to get good at guitar? It was like a year and a half. I was like, I can do that. I can do a year and a half. And I did the same thing with the piano. I was like, oh, how long does it take to get good with the piano, right? Taking advanced age and all this stuff. And it's about the same as like 2 years. I was like, 2 years. I can do 2 years. So yeah, we're gonna be gaming, cooking, talking shit, and learning music for the next 2 years. Please like and subscribe. These are my digits, although the top one will be changing. Don't know what it's gonna be though, but it's gonna be interesting. I may go back to my other one. All right, I guess that is it for me. I guess I'm not gonna go get a whiskey, or at least not have it on stream. Good lord, why do I feel like it's 10 o'clock? It's 8. You know what? Sometimes I like to do just to gather myself. Lay on the floor, right? So carpet floor, you just lay out. You stretch your hands out and you look at the ceiling and you try and figure out what the fuck is going on. um, we all have our things. Everyone is always the coolest guy in the room, and they never have any human coping mechanism. I've seen people do everything from tap their finger. Well, some people cut, right? That's a weird coping mechanism. But if you're not trying to deal with the problems, you know, maybe you're super well put together, or maybe nothing bothers you. Either way, either way. All right, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen. Uh, thanks for coming through. I'll be back tomorrow. Uh, have a good night, William. Man, I missed you yesterday. What happened? I was worried. I was about to call Ted and make sure he knew that you were all right. Uh, all right, Kevin. Take care of yourself. Um, I'll see you guys in the next one. The next one's likely tomorrow, 7:15. And changes are coming. Changes are coming. I can't copyright the name though. That's the thing. I mean, it's a nickname. You can't. Yeah. And all my life, I've had a ton of nicknames. Ted has a nickname for me that I've had since we were boys, but I'm not using that one. Um, Everyone's got a better nickname than me. Stop tapping on things. Another coping mechanism. All right, so I guess that's it. I could practice drumming, piano, or guitar. I should. You know what? I was thinking about getting a teacher for piano, not for guitar. To learn the guitar by myself, but get a piano for, and a singing instructor. Then I was like, I don't want to be breathing around a random stranger, right? See how weird I am? As I get older, I get weirder. Well, I don't know. I'm gonna learn this thing. I guess I'll figure it out on the other end of the pandemic how good I got at it. All right, boys and girls, men and women, spoons and forks, books and magazines, pens and pencils, joints, and oh, what are those things? And blunts. Those are two very different things going on there. I will see you in the next one. The next one's tomorrow. Please come on through, 7 o'clock ish. Uh, look for changes. Thank you, Emmanuel, for coming through, man. Um, I hope you have a good rest of your night. I will get with you in the next one. And the next one, I wish I could erase this one. I'll get with you in the next one. And the next one is tomorrow.